Hello there, my name is Corey Michael Sanchez, one of the founders of Mojo Global, and coming at you with a really awesome video. We're actually in this video going to give you a amazing, unbelievable, never before done discount on some Mojo services that are actually going to help you double your leads. Okay, so we're going to get through all of that here in just a moment. And now, before I dive into all of that stuff and what the opportunity is for you, let me kind of dive into the whole premise of it. Now, one of the things I see people do is that they'll find something that works, right? And they'll say, oh, this is working and I'm getting some traction from it. And then what will happen is they'll say, this is great. Let me go find some other stuff that I can use to enhance what I'm doing here. And this applies to anything, right? Whether it's, lead generation, like what Mojo here focuses on, whether it's anything related to any marketing channel. This is just kind of a natural thing that people want to do. So instead of doing the thing that's going to enhance what you're doing, which is a very simple formula, by the way, and it all relies upon doubling down. Now, what do I mean by doubling down? Well, it means that if you're doing something and if it's working for you, all you got to do to get more of that is to actually do more of it, right? It kind of seems like very simple. It's like, okay, yeah, duh. I mean, that totally makes sense. But I think a lot of people miss out on that. For instance, a lot of people use the lead generation services that we had with LinkedIn, right, with the lead mastermind. And they see it working. They see that they're getting appointments and all that stuff, and it's filling their calendar. And they're like, okay, what other things can I go use to go get more results? Well, the actual answer is that you would use more of the lead mastermind to get more results. What we're doing is for our own business, right? We decided, okay, we could get a lot of results with just one profile. What if we were doing this with, I don't know, 2 profiles, right? So instead of just me doing it on my profile, what about Ira doing it on his profile as well? And what about doing it not just on 2 profiles? What if we did more than that, like 4 or 10 even, right? Well, we'd get 10 times the results, and it was just kind of like this thing. We're like, yeah, of course, that's the way it should work. So we should do this as much as possible so we can get the results that we need. Okay, so I want you to think about that and realize what a big strategy that is to keep doing more of what's working. So I actually want to kind of actually highlight a client of ours who is really involved in Lead Mastermind, the results that he's gotten, and then we're going to tell about an opportunity for you to really get something that we've never offered before. So, I want to actually bring on Isaac. Isaac is a client of ours and really came on board, having great success with it. So Isaac, tell us a little bit about your story here.
All right, thanks, Corey. So I was actually hired as an executive for Target right out of college, but I ran into some really bad health issues. And so I ended up having to leave that position, and later I created my own consulting company so that I could work the hours that I needed to work while focusing on regaining my health. This year, I'm the healthiest I've ever been, and I was like, it is time for me to take action. It's time for me to get my career really blown up because I've been living off like minor means and everything, and I was just ready. I'm 27. Let's take action. Let's go. So what I did is my first thing that I did is actually hired employees, and that didn't work out quite as well because they weren't all that reliable. I had to train them all. It took a ton of my time to actually train them and get them up and running, and it didn't work as well as I had hoped. But then I was actually offered this opportunity to purchase the Mojo software, and what made that so exciting to me is I knew it was going to be reliable. I knew I could just click a button and it would do exactly what I knew it would do, which is produce an amazing results. So what happened, honestly, it's actually blown me away, the results that I've gotten. It's been unbelievable. And I went from only really getting customers through referrals to every day I have people in my appointment book. I wake up in the morning, I check my email, and boom, appointments in my appointment book automatically just from pushing this button. And the results, the quantifiable results have been amazing. I went from 400 connections on LinkedIn to over 1,500. I'm getting
Wow.
about 20 new connections every other day, just easily, just like that. Like, my list, I didn't even have an email list before. Now my list is growing. It's become a really vibrant community.
I get, clients off my list every day. I get clients from the messages that I'm sending through LinkedIn every day. And I'm about to offer a course that I've been working on, and I just have a huge list that I can market this to. It's really, really exciting. But one of the most amazing things for me, actually, and I don't think this is talked about all this much, is the connections that I've made. I actually now speak with millionaires every single week, and it's all through using this Mojo software and connecting with just amazing high-end people on LinkedIn. They say that your average salary is, the 5 people you hang out with the most. And I can tell you, the people I hang out with the most, their salaries are just skyrocketing since using the Mojo software. And it's truly amazing. And I've gotten to meet with millionaires. I've been invited to join a very high-end mastermind group, something I was never able to break into before. The other week, I actually connected 2 millionaires. Both of these I could make connections through the LinkedIn software. And now they're working on a project that's going to generate millions of dollars, and it's going to help entrepreneurs all over the world. That's amazing. I was able to do a massive favor for a millionaire. Like, that's going to come back on me tenfold probably. And I haven't told Corey this, but the other week I had an appointment in my schedule. I was talking to this woman. I was offered a director of marketing position for a high-end holistic entertainment facility, and she wants to give me a position on the board of directors. That that blew me away. I was like, out of nowhere. I was like, well, that's cool that was just offered to me. So I am actually seeing my profit almost increase by tenfold this year from using this Mojo software. It's honestly blown me away. I never expected anything like it. I've never expected the connections I was able to make on a regular basis, the leads I've been able to generate. I've had to bring in 2 new employees just to help me handle all the new business. And this went from me like barely getting by, paying my rent month by month, to like just blowing up. And now I'm like, okay, now I need to handle all these leads, and it's an awesome problem to have, figuring out how am I going to, service all this new business. That is the absolute right, problem to have. So I just want to say thank you, Corey, and I'm so glad that, I was able to, attract this opportunity into my life. It's been truly amazing.
Oh, that's so good to hear, Isaac. And this is the reason why we do this, is because we love making that change and making this happen. So, thank you for sharing. I mean, these, I just love it because a lot of times, even your words may help inspire somebody in order to take action, which I think is huge. And so I want to explain a little premise here that's pretty brand new for a lot of people here. And Isaac, thank you so much for sharing. I mean, congratulations on everything that you've accomplished. And the network on LinkedIn is much better. I mean, you can't meet the people on LinkedIn anywhere else, right? I mean, for instance, the people that you just met, the millionaires, the people you're connecting with and all of that, I mean, could you really meet them anywhere else but LinkedIn?
No, I mean, I've tried using Twitter and Facebook, and, just because LinkedIn is such a professional software, the Mojo training course taught me how to really make my profile stand out and really kick butt. People go to my profile now, I'm blown away, and it's because, that training that you guys provided as part of this software. And there's no way I would be able to make these connections anywhere else. And I hadn't made these connections anywhere else before using the software.
I love it. Well, thanks for sharing. So let me introduce a kind of a strategy for most people, right? So Isaac just talked about what he's doing as far as all of this stuff and how he's getting the results, and it's led to so much monetization for him, which is amazing. And so just barely getting by, now doing way better than that, and bringing in the revenue, connecting millionaires, really teaming up with them, being offered amazing positions, which is very cool. And so here's the deal. A lot of people, when faced with opportunity, right? Like, Isaac's getting these amazing leads and all that stuff, and filling his calendar and doing all of that stuff. And here's the thing I want to offer to everybody here. If there's something that's working in your business and you're seeing the results that come in, right? The thing you should be asking yourself is, how can I get more of this exact same kind of leads, right? Because more is more. I thoroughly believe that, right? And it's a very simple premise, but at the end, it's what's going to lead you to even more success. Okay, so for instance, if this LinkedIn's working for me, how can I double down? How can I triple down? How can I 5 times what I'm doing? Right? Rather than going over here and trying to find something else, let me do more of what's working currently. So this is a huge strategy, and one, if you implement it, you're going to see all kinds of amazing results. So how do you do this with LinkedIn? How do you make this happen? Well, it's a very simple thing. Essentially, all you would need to do in order to make this happen for yourself, right? Like Isaac, seeing the results, and tons of our other clients, in order for them to get more results and double down, right? All they would need to do is get a separate license of the software, okay, get it set up, use it with another profile, a different profile, whether it's another one you create, a spouse's, one of your salespeople, one of your virtual assistants, anything like that. You start hitting the money button again, only it's on a different profile, and boom, all of a sudden you're getting double the results, right? And so then you might ask yourself, well, this is really cool. I'm getting double the results. How do I get triple the results, right? So all you would need to do there is just replicate that exact same formula, right? This is scalable. So that's what we're talking about. It's like copy and paste marketing. Something works, you do it over and over again. That's the exciting thing about LinkedIn, is because it's totally, you can never tap into the depth, excuse me, you can never tap into the depth that exists there. For instance, we sent out millions of messages on LinkedIn. And I thought at one point, we'd probably get to the bottom of it, right? Like this well would go dry. But it turns out that's not the case. It seems like it's a never-ending well of business we can keep pulling from. And you know, it makes sense. There's basically almost 4 million people, 400 million people, excuse me, on LinkedIn. 400 million. That's amazing. You could never handle that amount of leads if you can never get to the bottom of it. It's just so vast, right? So basically what we're doing here is we are offering a never before deal. We want you to double down. We want you to triple down. We want you to 5 times what you're doing. And it's very simple. In fact, it's basically copy and paste, because all you would need to do is just create another profile, stick it in the machine, use the similar messages, maybe go after some different groups or target markets, or it's up to you, and hit the button again. And so now you come to the office, you hit the button over here, and then you come over here and you hit the button on this profile and this software, and they're both running side by side. And now you're getting double the appointments, and you really don't have to do very much more, because you already did everything to set up the system over here. And this is just basically copy and paste. So basically that's it. This is all you do in order to make this work. So what we want to offer you, all the clients of Mojo here, is an unbelievable, never before seen discount, okay, on Mojo's licenses and our software. What we're going to do is actually give you a crazy discount, and this is very limited, okay? We're only doing this for a very short amount of time. In fact, once this expires, you won't see it ever again. In fact, we've never offered it at this price ever. But the only reason we're doing this is because this is really truly for clients of Mojo. So basically what I want you to do is check out the page. We've got some more details. We're offering an unprecedented discount on everything, on the licenses. So you could get 2 licenses, you could get 3, you could even get 5. I mean, shoot, if you want to, you could get 10 licenses. You could basically give them to a VA to take over. You could have a salesperson use it. You can basically even sell it, right? So maybe you take the license and you mark it up by 10 times and you go sell it to somebody else. So these are all options that you can do, but I want you to take advantage of this, because like I said, more is more, and you want to double down on what's currently working. And it's working for Isaac, it's working for all our other customers. We'll have some more testimonials you can check out. But we want you to even max it out even more, because I think a lot of times when people get into business, they have dreams that are this big or this big, right? And then suddenly, like, they get faced with the reality of execution and people and training and hiring, and then so their dreams get dwindled down to where it's this big, right? And this is their dream operating capacity. And so what we want to do is blow that out. We want to blow that out and get back to the point where you can really fully reach the dreams that you had set when you started getting into business. And that's what we love to do. So that's why we're offering this. So anyway, I wanted to thank you so much for watching this video here. Take full advantage of this. Like I said, this is very limited. Do not let the time clock run out on this because you will never see this again. So, anyway, I want to thank everybody. And by the way, let me just go through this real quick. I want to show you the potential of really like 10 timesing what you're doing. For instance, just with Mojo, right? We get about 150 appointments a week. We're doing about 603 appointments the last 4 weeks. That's where about, so on average, 150 appointments a week. And we are closing deals every day. In fact, we fill the calendars of 5 salespeople, right? Off of really, 8 to 10 profiles. And so not that you have to do that, but I'm just giving you, like, if you're looking to get more than just a couple appointments a day and you want to max it out even more, I mean, we're getting 150 appointments a week, right? And you want to get somewhere in between where you're at now and that, then this is the perfect opportunity to do that. And so we encourage it. That's why we're doing this, and we're really hoping that that you take action. And really, I honestly, a way that you could make everything back is just buy the license, go sell it to somebody else, and you'll get back the entire cost of what you paid here, plus, originally, because I mean, the price point on the Lead Mastermind is $3,000, and so what the discount we're giving you is like crazy, unbelievable, and so we just encourage you to do that because we're all about monetization, and we want you to monetize even further. So thanks so much for watching this video. Corey Michael Sanchez here from Mojo Global. We'll see you on the other side and look to help you get setting up with multiple licenses here. All right, thanks so much. Adios.